You're watching Exceptional Excellence with Willis, and this is the language series 12. We're going to learn to speak about the actions that we repeat regularly and for a period of time. I call it repeated action rules, and in grammar language, we call it perfect continuous tenses. In this rule, we would be using have been as helping verb and the ing form of the main verb. आज के दिन इस वीडियो में हम सीखेंगे कि कैसे हम जिस कार्यों को कुछ समय से करते आए हैं, किसी भी कार्य को हम कुछ समय से दोहराते आए हैं, उसको हम इंग्लिश में कैसे कहेंगे। इस रूल में हम हैव बीन और हैज़ बीन का प्रयोग करेंगे और मुख्य क्रिया के रूप में ing रूप लगाएंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई हैव बीन लिविंग इन भोपाल सिंस 1995। मैं 1995 से भोपाल में रहती आई हूँ। इस रूल में दो बात ध्यान रखने की है। एक तो एक्शन कई बार कुछ समय से दोहराया गया हो, दूसरा समय अवधि। Two things we have to note down when the action has been repeated, and then there is a period of time. If we mention the period of time, there are two words that we use, since and for. We will also learn when to use each of this. इसमें हम समय अवधि को बताने के लिए since या for दोनों में से एक का प्रयोग इस रूल में हम करते हैं। You have been driving recklessly. आप लापरवाही से गाड़ी चलाते आए हो। We have been warning you. हम आपको चिताते आए हैं या सावधान करते आए हैं। They have been violating the rules. वे नियमों का उल्लंघन करते आए हैं। He has been working overnight. वो पूरी रात काम करता आया है। She has been giving the installments. वह installments देती आई है या देती रही है। It has been raining since morning. सुबह से ही बारिश गिरती आई है, गिरती रही है। इस रूल में हमने ध्यान ये देना है कि जब हम वर्तमान काल में बोल रहे हों तो एक्शन शुरू हुआ भूतकाल में, और आज की तारीख जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, जिस समय उसका जिक्र हो रहा हो तो भी वह एक्शन जारी हो, तब हम प्रेजेंट टेंस यूज़ करेंगे, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस यूज़ करेंगे। We will be using the present perfect continuous when an action, though it started somewhere in the past, but still it is still going on at the time when we are talking or we are speaking. We would be using the present perfect continuous tense. But if an action started somewhere in the past, it went on for a period of time and finished in the past itself. And when we are speaking, it doesn't take place anymore. Then we use past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense हम कब इस्तेमाल करेंगे? जब कोई कार्य भूतकाल में शुरू हुआ, कुछ समय तक वो कार्य चलता रहा था और फिर भूतकाल में ही वह समाप्त भी हो गया और आज की तारीख में वो कार्य जारी नहीं है, तब हम past tense का, past perfect continuous tense का प्रयोग करेंगे। had been, और हैड बीन आई से लेके इट तक एक ही सहायक क्रिया है, जबकि प्रेजेंट टेंस में आई, यू, वी, दे के साथ हैव बीन, ही, शी, इट के साथ हैज़ बीन का प्रयोग करेंगे। अब हम देखेंगे हैव बीन का पास्ट टेंस। आई हैड बीन स्टडिंग इन दिस स्कूल। मैं इस स्कूल में पढ़ती आई थी, दैट मीन्स अब नहीं पढ़ रही हूँ। Right? You have been driving very carefully. आप सावधानी से गाड़ी चलाते आए थे या पहले चलाते रहे थे, अब नहीं। Like that we make the past tense. For future tense, when an action will start somewhere in the future, and there are two options for that. Either it will go on forever, or it would go on for a period of time and then stop. फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस हम कब प्रयोग करेंगे? जब कोई एक्शन शुरू होने वाला हो और वो कुछ समय तक या तो जारी रहेगा, कुछ समय तक, कुछ सालों तक, और नहीं तो हमेशा के लिए चलता रहेगा। दोनों ही केस में हम फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस का प्रयोग करेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने एक कॉलेज में एडमिशन ले लिया है। आई विल हैव बीन स्टडिंग इन दिस कॉलेज फॉर द नेक्स्ट 3 years। मैं अगले 3 साल तक इस कॉलेज में पढ़ाई करती रहूँगी। आई विल हैव बीन लिविंग इन भोपाल फॉर एवर। मैं हमेशा भोपाल में रहती रहूँगी, एज लॉन्ग एज आई लिव। So like that we will use the future perfect tense. And to make negative, I haven't been, you haven't been, we haven't been, they haven't been, he hasn't been, she hasn't been. To make the interrogative, we just bring forward the have and make it interrogative. Have I been? Have I been living in Bhopal since 1995? Haven't I been living in Bhopal? Why have I been living in Bhopal? Why haven't I been living in Bhopal? You have been driving recklessly. You haven't been driving recklessly. Have you been driving recklessly? Haven't you been driving recklessly? Why have you been driving recklessly? Why haven't you been driving recklessly? Now we try to practice the past tense in 6 patterns. We had been warning you. हम आपको warning देते आए थे. We hadn't been warning you. Had we been warning you? Hadn't we been warning you? Why had we been warning you? Why hadn't we been warning you? Same way, now we'll try to do the 6 patterns of the future perfect continuous tense. They will have been violating the rules. वे लोग रूल तोड़ते रहेंगे. They haven't, they won't have been, they will have been, sorry, they will have been violating the rules. वे तोड़ते रहेंगे. They won't have been violating the rules. वे नहीं तोड़ते रहेंगे rules को. Have they, will they have been violating the rules? Won't they have been violating the rules? Why will they have been violating the rules? Why won't they have been violating the rules? I would like to request you to practice each rule per day. Like, don't try to learn all of the 3 rules at one go. Try to practice present perfect continuous one day, and the next day pick up the past perfect continuous, and the third day future perfect continuous, so that you have mastery over it. And the fourth one would be, if you're not sure, you would use may have been, or may have been, or might have been. Like for example, he has been working overnight is a present perfect continuous tense. So he will have been working overnight. He may have been working overnight. He will have been working overnight. वो overnight काम करता रहेगा. And then he may have been working overnight. शायद वो overnight काम करता रहेगा. शायद लगाएंगे तो हम may have been या might have been का प्रयोग करेंगे. ओके, अब हम आखिरी में देखेंगे since and for का प्रयोग कब किया जाए. To use since, we need to know that when we are using the exact year, as I mentioned in one of the example, 1995. So I used since. So when you mention exact year or exact month, maybe January or August, so since August, since October, and then you're using the exact date, since 25th of December, since 15th of August, like that. If you're using the exact day, since Monday, since Thursday, so then again you're using since. And the exact time, since 5 a.m., since 6 p.m., etc. So you will use since when you are mentioning the exact day, date, month, year or time. And if you are mentioning it just in numbers, number of years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or you're mentioning it number of months, 5 months, 10 months, 8 months, mentioning it in number of weeks or days or hours, then you would use for 5 hours, for 10 months, for 2 years, like that you use for. I hope you got it, and bye for today. See you.